The game concept was around pub crawls. What could women relate to in my era? And back in my era, it was pub crawls. And I thought we could do a cafe crawl. And instead, because you don't get a hangover, and at this age, you can't drink the way you used to, if at all. And that's when I came up with cafe crawl adventures. I added menopause humour and points for achieving certain distances and points for doing functional fitness movements, because the whole point is to be able to keep moving through life, doing exercise that doesn't feel like exercise, that you really enjoy and can share with others. And the reward is that you get fitter, stronger, and you get a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you drink at the end. Then I thought, well, what else do women my vintage enjoy? What did they enjoy back then? Well, we used to watch Simon Templar, we used to watch Roger Moore and James Bond movies and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and all those types of movies. And so I thought, well, why can't I create a voice that's British, seductive and witty and charming to narrate my missions that I've put in my cafe crawl adventures, because there's 40 of them in the program. So while I was thinking all these things, I've been creating it all in AI, everything in AI. It doesn't mean AI has created it. It's created it from my ideas and my concept, and I've created the voice of Simon and to narrate the missions. And it just makes it more fun and interesting and engaging. And it's something you can talk about with other ladies because it's friggin' hilarious. So not only have I created the Cafe Crawl Adventures program with all the missions, 40 missions, all menopause humour, I've created a point system and different levels that you reach. So there's beginners through to champions. So there's 5 levels of fitness that you go through, and there's functional fitness movements along the way that Simon narrates to you to do in his cheeky way. And then I've captured it all and put it not only in a downloadable document that you can print off and cut out all the mission cards, and there's trackers to go with it so that you can track your progress. I've actually created what I've called Mission Headquarters app. It's a web-based app that you go onto, log into, and it tracks in real time, GPS tracks in real time your actual points, your progress, and so that you can't cheat, you can't be a couch person doing it. And it's got Simon in there narrating at the functional fitness at different stops. It's got an emergency, if you have an accident, fall, and there's an emergency contact section where it sets off an alarm, or it sends a phone call to or a message to your emergency contacts that you have to fill in order to even start in your app. It's got heaps of functions anyway. So it's got all the moves. So if you don't know what a move is, a functional fitness move is, there's a tab for you to actually go in, and it has a 3-step image showing you the move. So you don't have to stop and go and look at Google. It's got an area where you can take notes to transfer into your journal. So you can type in there anything of interest or anyone you met or any inspiration that you've had along your cafe crawl mission and adventure, and you can translate that into your journal. And it's a whole ecosystem. And the other thing that I've created is the archetype. So what an archetype is, it's what your superhero is, what your superpower is. The archetypes are five. There's 5 archetypes, and you do a quiz, and you have you do a DNA. It's like a DNA personality test, fitness DNA personality test, and there's nothing like it out there. So it's something I've created based on actual data and personalities and fitness types, and you can be a mix between them, but yeah, it's like anything. You're a specific one first, and then you can be a combination of the others. But there's a whole quiz. You find out which one you are. They all have superhero, like in X-Men they have little shields. So you have your little shield that's your representative of who you are, and I call it a badge. And that represents your superhero status. So there's 5, and the 5 are the Storm Chaser. Storm Chaser is somebody who's gung-ho and wants to do everything and loves a challenge. The Trailblazer is the woman who doesn't do the same thing twice, loves doing things differently. The Rhythm Keeper is the woman who goes with the flow, does her own thing, loves music, has rhythm, obviously. The Phoenix Rising is the woman who is coming back to exercise, who's gone through some form of adversity, whether that's illness, injury, divorce, you name it. Phoenix Rising, getting back into it and rising from the ashes. And then there's Connector Queen, and she's the one who is the social butterfly, gets everybody together, organises the walks, and organises who's going to take the next walk if that's the case, and so on. So, and there's a whole blueprint around that, a full-on blueprint, just like you'd get in a horoscope. You can do your little initial horoscope, and then you've got the full blueprint. And in the archetype blueprint, you have your own 90 days worth of missions to suit your archetype. So that's the suite, and how they all join together is they all are connected to doing these cafe crawl missions. So that's it for now. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're following me on Instagram, say hi. If you're on YouTube, say hi, subscribe, and yeah, I'll be back for the next mission.